Hey guys, it's Emily. I'm here at the TCI warehouse and we are about to go inside and build an awesome 4L80E for the Impala project I've got in the shop. Let's go get to work. Hey Scott, what's going on, man?
Hey Emily, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm ready to build a transmission. Let's get to work.
Good, let's do it. We'll show you a little bit and then we'll get back there and get started.
Let's do it.
All right. Each one of these areas is a building table for the transmission builders. Of course, everybody's gone home for the day. They usually come in early on Fridays.
Friday afternoon, everybody's like, peace.
Exactly.
Got it.
So, this is part of our triple testing that we do on our transmissions. You've seen at the manufacturing where we test the valve bodies.
The valve body, yes.
Well,
that was a cool machine.
This is an Answermatic that actually hydraulically checks the circuits in the transmission.
All right.
So we'll use this on your transmission once we get to that point.
Okay, sweet.
The last part of our triple testing is our dyno, where we actually mount the transmission to a dyno and hydraulically check it, check the converter, check all the circuits, make sure everything functions correctly. This would be the last part of the testing on your transmission.
Before we met with Scott to assemble my transmission, we went and visited my friend Will Vance, and he took us on a tour of manufacturing. All right, where are we now?
So this is where we got all our steel, because we do, believe it or not, Emily, we actually do, if we can do it in-house, we want to do it in-house. We try not to outsource anything we have to. So raw steel components, like our input shafts, like in your transmission, that comes with an upgraded input intermediate shaft, and our planetaries and stuff. So we actually start right here with that. We got some cold roll steel that we start with. Hey Dave.
How are you?
This is Miss Emily Williams.
Hey there.
We've got her coming around and checking out stuff.
Nice to meet you.
She is building an Impala. She's going to do it on Power Tour, and so she's going to build her transmission here, and we're going to take her over to the other building and let her build it. And, but she's going to run one of our flex plates, and we just happened to notice you were doing something. This is the valve body department.
All right.
The valve body, you know, it is, like you said earlier, it's basically the brain of your transmission.
The brain of the transmission.
Yep. Your valve body is what's going to dictate where the fluid goes to apply the clutch packs. So your front pump spins when your motor's running, that's circulating the fluid, and then this fluid runs through. Common term, they call it the worm gallery.
The worm gallery,
yep.
That's awesome.
Because it looks like a worm farm,
yeah,
all
it does.
the little grooves and passages. So this is where you're going to have the magic of a converter.
Torque converter heaven.
Absolutely. And what you got, top, this is the part that's spun by your front pump. That's where it engages into your front pump. And a converter.
Wow, look at that in there.
Converter really, all it's doing is taking the fluid and forcing it to run different ways, and that increases your stall speed by increasing how hard it's forcing that fluid through the veins.
I would like for you guys to meet Paul. He builds awesome transmissions for a living every day here at TCI, and he's going to teach me how to build my transmission. Where are we going to start, Paul?
We're going to start with the lower gear set.
All right. All right. Are these considered shims?
These are bearings.
These are bearings. Greasing them up.
Greasing them up so they stay in
With
place.
the assembly goo, technical term.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have low gear and reverse built, and the band is already installed in the transmission, so Paul tells me we're going to build the transmission in sections, install it, and then go up from there. So it looks really awesome. There were a lot of little pieces in there. Quite intimidating. You want me to do this part? Put these in? Is there a method?
No, just stagger them with steel,
Okay.
clutch.
Okay, right now we're building our high gear. So we layer these steel pieces with the clutch pieces between, and then it'll slide right in the transmission, right on top of low gear and reverse. So I really just drop it down in there.
Well, don't drop it, just easy.
I'm not gonna drop it. All right, in goes our overdrive. slipped in there. Now it's time to install the pump.
After you put in your fourth gear clutches.
After I put in my fourth gear clutches, then it will be in time to install the pump.
Start out with the steel.
You said pump was next, Paul. I heard you with my own eyes. We are just completing the installation of our servo, which operates our rear band, which is our low gear and reverse. Okay, we're working with the Answermatic machine that is their second process for their triple testing system that tests to be sure the transmission's good before they send it out to the customer. So this checks the stability and the integrity of the hydraulic system within the transmission. So it's really cool to see how it works. We're going to show you. So when the gauge goes all the way over like that, that means it's holding pressure.
Yep.
And that's how we want it to be.
Yep.
So that's in the front part of the case, and now we're going to check the rear.
Yeah, well that was fourth gear. This is your rear servo.
And there it
Your
is.
band apply servo.
Holding great pressure.
Holding great.
Sweet.
We're installing the valve body, which is the brain of the transmission.
All right, our filter is in. We've got our sensors plugged in and our solenoids. We're going to put the pan on and take it over to the dyno. Okay, our transmission's all hooked up to the electric dyno. We've got all the lines to be sure the pressure is correct. We're going to test and be sure that the transmission is shifting at the right shift points. And we're also going to be sure that the torque converter is locking up at the certain speed that we want it to. So it's pretty cool to watch this thing. We're also using the Easy TCU system by Fast, which is the same one we're using on the Impala. So that's really awesome too. It's been an awesome day at TCI. Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
And big thanks to Will for giving us a tour at the manufacturing plant. Can't wait to get this transmission home and put it in the Impala. It's going to be awesome. Thanks for watching.